new series here now of these two teams. So, yeah,
Yeah, and Iceland, yeah. So they finally got a new fifth.
yeah,
They were kind of fifth-less for a while. I mean, they had Celtic, but they were looking for somebody, as they did know Celtic was going to be moving to Australia. Um, so yeah, they finally did find Iceland Gogo. I think he's been in the team now for, I don't know, a week, maybe even less,
hmm
at least scrimming with them. But he's obviously a good jungle player, so he should fit in the team well. And we haven't seen him for a while since Mint, or since Druids, I guess, Omega at DreamHack is what they were called, right? Um, since that, so they're going to be able to finally have a stable fifth. And yeah, the draft's already along. Pretty good picks so far from both sides.
yeah. Well, let's get a little more specific here. We got well, actually, real quickly too. BMG they did play the earlier match today. They played against Pinku Dancers Esports, and a quick glance at that, they did 2-0 them, and fairly easily it even looked like. So, got some good momentum going into this matchup here against Evil Corporation. But yeah, as far as the draft goes, the initial bans right there, we have Warbeast, Parasite, Behemoth, and Ophelia. Midas into Magnus, Moraxis into Aluna, Tempest into Kraken. So you're going to see the new jungler of BMG and Iceland Gogo play as Tempest here. Most likely, at least. I would expect that. But Kraken on the side of ECX, again, this is Kraken we've been seeing a little bit here and there. Matthias has been playing it even a little bit for them. So what do you think of Kraken making a little bit of a comeback, Manny?
I think if he can hit his charges, he'll be a good hero. But Kraken's always been a good hero. He's one of those guys the heroes that never really nerfed, and we just stopped seeing him. But yeah, I like the hero a lot. It's very good. It can cancel Tempest Ultimate. It's good at locking down pretty much any hero for 3, 4, 5 seconds, even more. And yeah, I like that pick a lot. And the other thing that's interesting is BMG. I felt like they've been picking Tempest up so much. I mean, when Insania was ringing for them last cycle, they were always picking it for him. And when they had some other tryouts and scrims, they were picking Tempest a lot. So they have some addiction to this hero, and we'll see if it can pay off though with Iceland. It is a strong pick, obviously.
It is. Yeah, has one of the more iconic abilities in the game, of course. But yeah, it has been interesting kind of seeing the transition of BMG. We've talked about it here and there, how it's just, of course, they used to be a team that jungle was foreign to them, despite everyone else doing it. They never ran it really. It wasn't really the thing. They ran that secondary support with the pull, if anything. But they slowly transitioned starting in this season, and we're moving Ruta Z from the roster, picking up Teletuk eventually, and now with Iceland Gogo, happen to be back-to-back fantastic junglers even. So yeah, and it seems like it has been for the better. It fits. You kind of just need it nowadays. You can't run a non-jungler. It almost feels like so. Glacius is going to be the fourth, by the way, for BMG as a support here.
Yeah, so lanes are coming along. Looks like it might be a Glacius, Moraxis mid, a Midas Suicide, Tempest jungle, and maybe we're going to be waiting for some carry from Baltazar to be picked up. And as for Hellborn, we have Kraken mid, Pharaoh Suicide. Now I'm not sure. I think it's a Magma second support. I know that Nier is pretty good with a hero, and although Nier can play jungle as well, it's not the most comfortable thing, and I'm not sure if Kaoli or Priceless is going to play the second support, but I'm assuming he won't. So this could be potentially a Magma second support and maybe a Trilane from Hellborn. They just need one carry to finish it off. And if Legion picks a very, very, very greedy carry, I could definitely see a man up from Hellborn and then a solo Kraken mid or top and a solo Pharaoh as well.
All right, yeah, Zane, I think, is certain going to be on that Pharaoh there, but it's a matter of where he plays. See where that ends up. But yeah, both teams needing that carry is still interesting. Right-click on the Bushwhack even. That'd be something here. It's I want to say Baltazar has a little bit of history maybe playing some Bushwhack, but kind of picking it up from the Thai scene. But yeah, Malakin I would be a little more expected with than a Bushwhack, but there we go. Good team fight finishing carry hero here, so.
Yep, and that's for ACX. I mean, I would have called something like a Puppet, but it's banned. Clanks is banned, Silhouette's banned, Magebane's banned, Arachna's banned, Oogie's also banned. But I'm just calling out the bans in other words. But it's a lot of especially like Arachna and Puppet Master are very Imbiboy heroes, and they are both banned. So I would like to see ECX do. I think I would like to see them go aggressive though and just man up. They don't have to, but why not? If the enemy team has a Tempest jungle, it's not the most active hero. Especially if you get a ward to spot his rotation, you can just kind of trial in against the Malik and Glacius.
Yeah, and also to clarify, I know there's no red cross out on him, but again, Salomon, I would have to think, has also agreed to be banned by the teams that would get picked up. Wow, how about that? BMG was thinking bushwhacking. ECX, apparently they were too. Interesting.
Imboboy is known to play that hero. He used to play that. He can pretty much play any carry, but he's been known to play bushwhack in the past, solo short lane. Does a lot of damage. It's a very good late game. It has good. It's generally a hero that has a lot of passives and skills that just do damage over time. So interesting pick though, yeah. And I think they did need a ranged hero to finish off their lineup, and there wasn't that many options left. So gonna go for the bushwhack. Hey, you can sidestep the sword. You can sidestep the Midas skills. So
yeah,
I could see it working actually as a pick. We'll see how they lane though.
Yeah, bushwhack. You know, the few times we happen to see him bring up, basically, I mean, he's all physical essentially with a skill set. However, you know, if he's able to get that farm and, you know, as the game picks up, he can definitely carry pretty damn hard. The split shot, the splinter shot allows for that. The jungle toxin, for that matter, really good on top of that. Now, you know, Malikan's interesting with that, as we mentioned with his ultimate, the possession. Obviously, he does get all that armor initially, so not saying he shouldn't be picking a physical heavy carry because of that, but that will be a little bit of a concern as they're going into fights. But as it moves on, and perhaps if you catch him out of ulti farm, could be a big deal. And actually, Malikan, oh no! Baltazar is going to fall right here, and Imboboy gets credit for the kill. Wow, I'm sitting here talking about bushwhack. I have the camera on him, and it just all of a sudden, I did not see that coming, though.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious as to if Gale's ward on bottom gave vision in between the trees, and they saw him a bit earlier on coming. Because that ward feels like it gives straight vision into the trees, into the crack between the trees.
Maybe, yeah.
But yeah, it was a good play from ECX. A bit random from Baltazar. I guess he just didn't expect it, but you have to kind of. It's an aggressive team. When you don't have a jungler, you can always just go as 5, and you have 5 people that have good skills. Magnus was ready, and yeah, really good kill from them. And it looks like we might actually have a 2-1-2 from ECX.
Playing some TMM
I don't think
here.
I don't think I've seen a Luna Pharaoh since like Reason Gaming days with trying to remember the names, but the old Reason Gaming. I can't remember the names.
Gaming. Yiftig comes to mind.
Yeah, those people. They used to do like some Pharaoh, like Valk long lane or Pharaoh Luna a couple times. I remember. So
yeah,
it's been a long time, but it's a strong lane. The Luna's a good. I like this actually. They should win 2 to 3 lanes now on ECX if they can manage to not that bottom.
God, yeah, especially getting that blow skill on Malikan. You know, that's obviously an experienced player. They've done this many times. I'm sure it's happened before, but still, it's got to definitely set you back just mentally a little bit too. Oh, crap, that happened, and maybe some frustration. But back to the farming, as Malikan is going to do. Bushwhack, of course, ends all the way back up top, and already was set up to have a pretty good time, I'm sure, but not even working off that bloodlust kill. He's already at 600 GPM currently. Not going to keep up, at least at this point, but still pretty high up in there. Actually, oh, this is a kill too. He's not getting away from this. One more auto attack. The trees, it's not enough. Imboboy gets credit.
Yeah, and speaking about what you said about Malikan, him dying bloodlust, he gave the kill to Imboboy, and Imboboy got boots instantly. And that probably is why they killed top as well.
Oh, yeah.
So one thing led to another, and yeah, it's a big kill. I think ECX might be the only team that I see run Magnus as a support short lane every once in a while, but it's effective with a ranged hero that is very strong. And honestly, Bushwhack could solo if he wants to right now. Nier's going to go back to base and regen, but yeah, a really big kill. Midas is one of those heroes that you always fear as an offlaner, but Shang right there, he's not able to overstep his boundaries too much.
Oh, this is the wrong graphic interface. I apologize, guys. This is not Sync versus Complexity anymore. This is now Evil Corporation versus BMG. So let me just update that real quickly right here. Yep. But yeah, Bushwhack 2 with the sidestep ability, you know, I'm not going to lie. For a long time, I honestly just thought it was just simply for the mobility. But the idea that it also adds the attack damage pretty awesome. I mean, especially when you get level 4 of that. You're essentially getting 40 attack damage extra every 6 seconds. And top lane again, what does he do?
Yeah, there's nothing Midas can do, yeah. He's forced to, like, leave the lane. He probably has to go gank. Like, this is... Speaking of out drafts today, this is out laned and out drafted. Up to this point, okay, it's very early on. I'm not going to call the game or anything.
No.
But ECX, like, Bushwhack is a hero, yeah. It's super strong, and I'm really impressed with ECX's lanes right now.
Yeah.
It just feels like they're accomplishing a lot right now. And I mean, even in mid lane, Meraxis versus Kraken, of course, there's not really going to be any kills, but Onmi has 340 GPM, and if you compare that to how Bushwhack gets 550, and Zayna is also getting decent farm at bottom, it's adding up. Yeah, Midas is. I don't know if we talk about this, but usually we see Maki playing Meraxis sometimes. This game he's gonna play Midas, but I think that just has to do with the hero that goes off lane for BMG. Maki usually plays the Midases, and Boxy plays like the Kinesis, etc. So
it's kind of weird,
Boxy
yeah. I really feel like, yeah, you mentioned Kinesis, Suicide, but even there's another hero that where actually Boxy was playing as Suicide and Maki ended up playing mid, and we found it odd. I mean, it seems like they're just almost like it's just really from game to game, like whichever wants to do it.
Whoever feels like playing what.
But I don't know.
That's true.
Let's see.
That also could be a possibility, but I'm just, for me, just a bit strange because I think Maki is like, if you think of Maki, you think of Meraxis a lot, and he makes a lot of big plays, he sets up a lot of kills. That's his hero, but. Boxy obviously is incredibly skilled as well, and I'm not counting him out of anything, but it is a bit strange. And this game, Make, not really able to do anything. He's finally hit level 4 though, so he could start roaming soon if he wants to. But I mean, he's against the Steam Boots, Bushwhack, and it's like having a Velk leap, his sidestep. So like, doesn't really, okay. Yep.
He got softened up, and then that happens.
And like he's able to just get like even the elemental warp doesn't really do much against Bushwhack, because he can kind of chase after him with the W. So yeah, every lane is doing pretty decent. Sure, they're not getting that much from bottom, but speaking of bottom, actually Tempest wants to go for a kill here. No range, and that's what I was saying. You know, you have some ward of sight. I don't know if the ward of sight even spotted him, but if you have vision on Tempest, or you can kind of assume his ganks, he's not going to get a gank off. It's not like a Parasite or something that can be a creep.
Oh, middle lane. Kind of caught the tail end of that, but Magnus was there to help Kraken on the release of Kraken. He got caught in that little niche right here where he wasn't able to really move, did Meraxis that is, and eventually just got damaged down. So this start is just insane here for ECX. Now the stats don't reflect that this is a crazy start. I mean, it's 1,500 gold lead, and in fact, they're not even up in experience, so I guess not to get too crazy ahead of everything here, but Bushwhack and Kraken are so far ahead right now for what they ideally should be. As bottom, yeah, they're going to try to get a kill here finally. Pharaoh. Does he have
porting? Magnus.
Oh, somebody's porting in. Okay, yeah. No, he's not going to TP out because Magnus porting in, actually. And, maybe go for a turn. Tempest has the Elemental Void, but he seems being very patient with it. Malachi going to chase down on Pharaoh and get the kill in the end. Right there, you see Magnus. The Elemental Void pulls him back, though. Good patience from Iceland Gogo. And eventually found the right time to use it. They get the 2 kills, and they all escape right there in the end. So, yeah, I think Tempest definitely the big player right there to make it all happen.
Yep, Matthias the top lane, gonna get comboed by Midas.
Oh, it's gonna stomp. Oh, he hit the stomp, but he charged away. Is this still enough, though? The Matrix Explosion? I think it should be. Yep, it is gonna be. Getting close, but they could get a kill out of it. So, you know what? As I'm sitting here saying that this lead's pretty good for ECX, never mind. Never mind about that. BMG is actually doing just fine now.
A good rotation from Iceland, and that's where the experience lead is going right now. I mean, we talked about ECX doesn't really have a lead, and it's the fact that that BMG has a jungler. Junglers it's just how the game works. They're going to get more XP than a second support. They're farming the jungle, and he uses it out right there. He sets up a nice kill onto Pharaoh, and then ultis as well onto the Magnus after. So big kills. They're opening space bottom lane right now. Balthazar's kind of back into the farming mood, and yeah, if that wasn't good enough for BMG, they get a kill onto Matthias from Makke, to Boxy. So going to be working on that portal key as well, and things are coming along. Yeah, we can't really count them off too late.
You know,
too early.
I'm always been a new hero. Always not new hero necessarily, but a hero we don't see often. Obviously, being Bushwhack. Intrigued to kind of see the skill builds, especially too, and think about what they're doing now. I'm not one to question Imboboy by any means, but I am a little curious as far as his build choice here. So he's maxing out the crippling dart first, and then he's even going splinter shot. The reason why I'm curious, at least, honestly, I feel like sidestep, getting that level 4 is pretty powerful. Again, it goes down to a 6-second cooldown and essentially 40 physical damage on top of the attacks after you use the sidestep ability. But he's going the very heavy farm route, it seems like, instead, right here. So, I mean, I guess it is, Imboboy, ultimately, but do you have any thoughts on that? Or?
I think the main reasoning, kind of like you said, is the E is just better for farming jungle. It's going to make the farming a lot faster. Now, as for the Q or W being better, I guess you can argue both ways. The Q pretty much just allows him to burst more damage off.
It does, yeah.
But I think sidesteps, I don't know exactly how much the cooldown gets affected. I'm checking right now. It's 6 seconds
right
at level 4.
Down to 6, yeah.
I think it could be valuable later, but I don't think it's necessarily needed yet. It's just because he's going to focus on farming, and regardless of how active you are, you don't really need a max. You don't need a max just yet. Now, if it's more valuable than Q, I think that depends on the game and the lane. In this game specifically, Q is better just because he's able to burst down Midas with the damage that he has, like level 1 and 2.
Yeah, we saw it earlier.
Yeah, and actually speaking of him, Midas is like doing a marathon right now around the jungle.
I see that. He's going to find him right here, but I mean, he's not getting a solo kill by any means. So, going to hide here, but...
Might try to go for a kill mid, yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to set up there. But yeah, then there's also the other aspect of this with the item build of, by the way, bottom push. They're pushing them pretty aggressively down here. But yeah, he does go the Whispering Hail, but I know we've seen Thunderclaw on him before too, but again, that's now changed a bit, so I don't know if we should expect to see that, especially already getting the Whispering Hail first. I'm really curious to see what he gets, actually.
He goes for the Quick Blade, so fast Firebrand.
Okay. Yeah.
Although Imboboy does tend to go Energizer often.
True.
But I guess he didn't want to go too much build-up with having to go Whispering Helm and Energizer. This makes sense. So going to go straight Firebrand, and we'll see what he chooses. I'm sure he's going to get a Geo. I'm guessing his build this game is Firebrand, Shrunken Head, and maybe like a Shroud after.
Okay.
It's generally Imboboy's items if the carry allows for it. So it seems like a good item build for him, and we didn't really talk about this either, but he did get a bunch of stacks in the jungle. I'm not sure how much he stacked or how much his team stacked, but he was able to take one stack before, just took another hard camp stack now, which does allow for, of course, Magnus to farm top, because he is a second support Magnus, so he needs to get his portal key before the 20-minute mark if he really wants to be useful.
All right, so yeah, enough about Bushwhack for now. He's doing his thing in the jungle and farming, and that's going to be impressive to see eventually. I mean, being 4-0-0 in the start that he's had, I mean, nearly 500 go per minute is obviously pretty big, but again, the overall stats right now, this is actually a very close game, as it suggests still. Malikan, he is farming pretty well down at the bottom, and Tempest, he's coming in here with an invis. He's going to see Kraken, but I don't know if they're going to, well, maybe actually. Midas is starting to come over right now, but no, it's not going to be able to be patient enough, and they will fall back from it, so no kill coming out of it. There's a portal key and more access.
Yep, Matthias kind of close to his as well on the Kraken, but that kill that we talked about did give him a slight edge after, and they killed the Kraken a bit before, so yeah, gonna pick that up. Nice Firebrand pick up onto Bushwhack as well, and I'm not really, I feel like Hellborn has, I don't know if I can say Hellborn has late game, because I think Legion's picks are extremely strong as well, but I feel like Hellborn has a much more leg space in team fights, actually, before I speak anymore. Kraken mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be pulled in. That's a great placement. It's going to pull them in as they poured in, but Aluna was able to get the stun off. It was honestly full duration, though. Did its job. They get the kill onto Kraken. Now we got the release to Kraken off as we see, but no kills coming from it. In fact, Pharaoh is also going to fall. Eruption being channeled by Nier. Can he get in there? He doesn't have a stun up right there. He is going to stun now, but the Eruption already wearing off, doing some damage. Glacial Downpour, meanwhile, is going to be killed as Glacius, as Bushwhack just sits there right-clicking him. Magnus, Steam Bath, oh boy, the ratio, the double damager, not enough mana for he was hoping he had enough charges for the mana of the Lava Surge. That would have been big, actually, for Magnus, but he did not, and he goes down instead. So pretty back and forth, hectic battle there, but actually BMG definitely coming out on top of it.
Yeah, and I was just about to say how Tempest is just going to have a difficult game getting off his ultimate against Kraken, against Pharaoh, against Magnus Portal Key. But the one, right as I was about to say that, he gets a great ultimate off onto Matthias. They get a kill onto him, plays his ultimate, but 5 versus 5, it's just BMG slightly stronger right now with the Midas being a bit more effective than the Pharaoh, as well as the Tempest just doing a lot of work as well. So really good fight overall. Big ultimate use from Fusen as well. We didn't really talk about that, but it kind of did split the fight up and forced EACX to go back. And speaking of BMG right now, top lane.
Gonna be jumped, Magnus. That's an easy kill. He's struggling for Portal. In fact, he did this yesterday. Now I'm looking at it. He actually went the Astrolabe yesterday. Now I want to say he got a Portal Key first though, so it's now seeing that he's going for the. He might not be. He just got the bracer, so maybe hold a little bit. He probably still will get the Portal Key next, but
yeah, hopefully he goes for the Portal Key because I feel like it's one of those items that just scales earlier in the early to mid game. It's not going to be as useful late game when people have shrunken heads.
Yeah.
But big pick from BMG, and yeah, the bracer does allow him to be a bit more tanky, which is nice. But gonna have about 600 gold saved up, so we'll see what he chooses to go and how fast he can get a Portal Key. Any other item pickups? Yeah, it looks like Bushwhack is probably gonna go for the shrunken head. I don't think I'd see him go Frostburn just yet, but it could be possible. I mean, last fight we saw he was kind of still up front or in the back at the same time because of his sidestep. Like he can survive with good positioning, but if he gets jumped, it's just not gonna matter. So he's probably gonna go for a shrunken head here. And a bit of a split right now from ECX and BMG, gonna push towards top, and ECX trying to maybe do something, but bottom lane, but getting back off.
Yeah, not gonna happen. Malikan just hugging that tower. Bushwhack got jumped by Moraxis right there in the middle, so he showed his Portal Key, but ultimately not getting a kill out of it. He just sidesteps away and more than fine in the end. So gonna go over to the Ancients. Only a single set here, but still some valuable farm for him. He's keeping on top of the GPM, but Malikan is slowly kind of catching up. 423 now.
Midas just picking up his Portal Key. Tempest goes for a tablet, by the way, instead of a Portal Key, which I like. It's not only is it kind of a poor man's Portal Key item, but it also gets people out of Kraken and Pharaoh ulti, so good pickup by him. Would like to see one more tablet, maybe onto somebody else if possible. As it's going to do a lot this game for BMG. And Tempest Ultimate's going to be up in 10 seconds, so we might see BMG force another fight. They're feeling really confident right now, and it looks like Malikan is going to go for Insanitarius. So once he gets that item, I would be surprised if we didn't see BMG force a lot of team fights. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was just simply counter-warding the ward aside behind the middle tower, but they did not like that. And they take him out as a result. Now they do still get the counter ward off, but losing a life out of it, of course. Bottom lane, interesting going on here. You got Kraken with a failed rod. However, the Legion team, they got more numbers as well coming in. But Bushwhack is going to fall back before he gets jumped, so not going to be a fight at least at that time right there. So going to move towards the middle lane. And Sanitarius is finished now in Malikan. Oh, they're still hanging around middle, actually.
They want to, I think Matthias might get, no. They want to jump. Not the best positioning right now. It feels like ECX kind of knows something's up.
Yeah.
As they, not sure if they didn't really have any vision, but actually they do have a jungle ward, or a bottom rune ward from Kaolu placed there, so gonna have some information on there. And Magma's gonna just continue to farm his Portal Key. They really need that right now. It's kind of the difference maker in team fights. And I think BMG's team fight is just way too strong right now for ECX to even compete with. ECX pretty much needs to initiate if they want to win a fight. I don't see them winning a fight if they get jumped. So Kraken pretty much needs to get a charge ultimate onto Tempest or Malikan. Probably not Malikan, like Midas. Could be Malikan as well, actually. Anybody but Moraxis and Glacius. And we'll, that's kind of what they're down to do right now, but they're not really in the mood to take fights. I think Imaboy just bought a Warhammer. I didn't see.
Didn't notice.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so those are some big items they need right now. Cause I can't really argue who has late game because I want to say like Legion, or Legion's like you could say they have Tempest, but Hellborn has like canceled the Tempest ultimate, so it's probably just going to be which carry takes off more. And right now they're pretty even in GPM.
Yeah, no, I think this is one of those games. There is no clear cut. It's definitely going to be execution based for sure. Not only in that late game phase, but yeah, up until that point. So, pretty much going to be a case of whoever gets there better in the better spot, then arguably should be in the better spot of winning it. Then, right now, that is safe to say. BMG, 8,400 gold saved up, 4,600 experience. You see middle lane, Moraxis continuing to try to be really active here, of course, being boxy, but not going to get the chance once again. Eva Corporation just safe enough. Speaking of being active, top lane, Kraken's up here, but by himself, probably not getting a kill. The power throw coming through. Hoping for a combo perhaps, but also not.
Yeah, he wants to go so bad, but it's just not the right call for him to do. And it's the right call that he goes back. So he was close to a tower, yeah, and gonna get back. And I think I just saw Tempest bought a post haste, actually.
Did he? Okay.
So he's gonna be going for more split push routes. Gonna try to open space for his team. Yeah, which is what he chooses to buy. So everybody on BMG right now, it's not like I like how they're playing though. Is that they're not giving farm to one player. They all have really good farm. 3 guys over 400 GPM.
Yeah.
And a Midas at 300, which is perfectly fine. So they're actually going to go for kill right now onto the Magnus, which is so close to his portal key. This is going to be so unfortunate if they find him.
They don't see him, though. Oh, the timing. It was just a... Now, they're going to go to Kraken and get this kill, so it's still a good kill, of course. But, yeah, as you pointed out, he's so close to his portal key. That would have been a really good stop on that. But ideally, you should be able to get it. Aluna, you're probably dead, too. Yeah, just a matter of time here for Chaley, unfortunately, as he is going to be picked off. So, yeah, the BMG, they're keeping active with these 3 heroes at least. Yeah, even not having a portal key on Tempest, it doesn't matter. Post haste. And, you know, when he mentioned he got post haste, he had 1,000 gold, I was like, oh, he must have been just Striders. No, he actually has a full post haste, and, yeah, 433 gold per minute. That'll do it, really. So, yeah, it's been impressive, really, with the split, as you're just talking about there. As Bushwhack, oh, he's dead. He just used his sidestep going in. In comes Malakin, catches both Pharaoh and Bushwhack. Now, actually, the Elemental Void will pull him back in, and down he goes. So they get both of the kills. That's got to really sting for ECX now. Losing Bushwhack there.
Yeah, and ECX really known as a team who takes over the game, and this they take over, they control the pace and everything. And this game, it feels like Matthias is just not. He can't set up kills. Speaking of setting up kills, he's thinking about it there, but he can't really go for people. It's so many tanky targets from Legion. I mean, he can't solo Midas. I don't think at this point. He can't solo Moraxis, nor Malakin, and probably not even a Tempest with the Astrolabe. So yeah. It's such an awkward game for them. He's kind of similar to Mickey, where if he snowballs, he does his own thing. He just takes care of business on his own, really, in the game, and not able to do that either. And the same with like Zane, for example, likes to roam as well, but tried to help his, or tried to maybe set something up with his brother on the Bushwhack, and not able to do that either. So ECX is just getting shut down in all aspects. I mean, 12,000 gold lead, 10,000 experience lead for BMG. Everything is just going their way right now. And Malakin going to be close to his shrunken head, and I wouldn't be surprised to see BMG maybe go for a push very soon, or maybe a Kongor.
Yeah, it really is something like you think back to how this game started. Not only the very early Bloodlust kill that caught Malakin off guard, but then the Imba Boy was 4-0-0 like 5 minutes into this game, it seemed like. He was really in a scary spot. But yeah, this supporting cast has not been able to get anything going outside of him. They only have 1 kill between those 4 heroes, and what on paper says is a pretty active team. That is definitely not good news. So that kind of makes sense, really, when you look at it from that perspective as to how ECX is actually behind as there are. And yeah, that's where I think Kraken's kind of an interesting pick, too, where yes, he does have solo kill potential, but, you know, not as much as the Pebbles, like a Deadwood, a Gauntlet, or something like that. He's more of a team fight presence initiator than he is a solo ganking hero. So I think that definitely that is kind of, not that they were wrong to draft Kraken here necessarily, but that's hurt them too. Yeah, that stun from Aluna as he portal key. That was interesting timing to say the least. And they're going to try to fight this, is ECX that is, but they might be running into a trap, and yes they are. Kraken, he gets to release the Kraken off actually. Talbot though to Malakin. Gonna give him live, but he's gonna give him a lot of damage. He does go down in the end. Bushwhack is here with the shrunken head too, so Moraxis with that Matrax. Gonna now sit on Bushwhack. Bushwhack just gonna sidestep away. The Glacial Downpour though, a lot of damage there. In fact, Pharaoh feeling he has to stop it with his ultimate there, as he does. But now Magnus, he's on the run. Bushwhack was picked off. Magnus goes down. And Pharaoh now, well, the Mummy Walls might actually save him. Maybe, maybe not. As Moraxis wants to chase him down. Oh, misses that axe right there, but the stomp hits, and down it goes Pharaoh. Wow, BMG just wins the fight big time. Even losing Malikan early on, it didn't matter.
Yeah, and well, I was about to say, I mean, they had, it looked like a grim start for Hellborn, but then they get a really good initiation onto Malikan. Looks like they might take the team fight. Tempest ulti was on cooldown that whole fight as well. But man, they manned up on everybody. Legion just stood their ground. They had a glacial downpour, which did a lot as well from Fusion, pretty much full duration. And everybody got low, and they just chased them down one by one, and it's proving. BMG's golden experience lead is really proving in these team fights that they don't even need their carry to necessarily survive in order for them to win a team fight. They have so many other heroes with so much burst potential and in and out abilities that ECX, I mean, they had to burn a Kraken ultimate, a Magnus ultimate, Bushwhack auto attacks. I'm not sure if Fair ulti was used as well onto him. I didn't pay attention if Fair ulti was used, but more or less all the resources onto one player. And after that's, after they kill him, there's nothing left for the rest of the opponents.
Yeah. No, as I mentioned, I mean, Pharaoh actually, he happened to use his Wrath of the Pharaoh on Glacius to stop him from the Glacial Downpour because it was doing so much damage where he is at. So, yeah, but even that is like, if you're having to do that, things aren't going well. So, top wall. This is a 5-man gank attempt onto a Midas up here. They're going to see him. Elemental, yep, there you go. Oh, okay. They kill Midas.
Times are tough, yeah.
Yeah, they remind him that he's still a target that they want to take out. So, but yeah, it's that doing that obviously against as many resources as they use, really not accomplishing a whole lot in the end for ECX. I gotta say, Tempest here is definitely looking damn impressive. 1-0-12, 460 gold per minute. He did buy a Shrunken Head here now, so they still have the same two stoppers in Kraken and Pharaoh, so they still have very good ways to stop it, but it's going to be difficult still with that said. So,
yeah, and
double damage.
I think
on
we didn't. Yep, and Moraxis did recently get a Sharkhead Head and Malikan. Actually, they both haven't used them. They're both 10 seconds, and Tempest. Okay, so they have 3 new Sharkhead Heads onto those heroes. So it's I really want to see BMG kind of force something soon because I still feel like Hellborn has the potential to maybe win a team fight, but if BMG takes fights as they are right now, I don't see any way where E6 will win. And actually, bottom lane.
Yep, they're gonna get caught. It's happening a bit here, obviously. That's what'll happen when you do fall behind. You try to find farm in risky places, and you'll get caught from it. Malikan, he's having trouble killing this support Magnus here.
Yeah.
Nice disjoint there. Okay, he got him to ulti and Shrunken even, and he's a double damage. So, yeah, the few auto attacks that did connect, actually, it was a lot of damage, but not enough for the kill though. So a little bit of bait there.
A Conqueror should definitely be an option for BMG at this point as well, especially when they get a kill. Maybe get an aggressive ward at mid lane to give some more information. Like Fusen has placed one right now on the right side. We're going to have one maybe on the left, and then that should open the space for a Conqueror. But they're more interested in getting kills right here as top lane. Midas might get jumped, but there's a Boxy behind the enemy lines right now.
Went for the red stun right there. Just missing though, but as you mentioned, Boxy's nearby, and that's never good. Down goes Bushwhack. A Luna ports out, but if it was the opposite, maybe okay, but with Bushwhack dying, they definitely accomplished quite a bit right there again. So, yeah, Imbo Boy's farm, I mean, it still happens to be top, but it's slowly dropping off, and 400 plus gold per minute on 4 different heroes in the case of BMG here. That is just absurd, really. That's going to get you so many items across the board that are just too good to be able to fight against. So
I take it back a bit what I said about the drafts.
Yeah.
ECX definitely had, I'd say, the laning phase, but there's more to the game than just that, and BMG's proving that right now. I mean, I think that's what a lot of that's how junglers kind of came into Han in the beginning. Like, you might still win more lanes than you do, but like good farm. But at the same time, like right now, like you were stating before, 4 people over 400 GPM. It's just Tempest opens a certain amount of space with his hero. Malikan's able to farm an area with him. Midas can farm aggressively with his portal key. while Hellborn, I mean, who do you really have that can farm aggressively and escape easily? Like maybe Kraken or Bushwhack. But at this point, those heroes are at risk wherever they go. If you look at ECX right now, there are 4 guys in their base.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're not really in a position to do anything, and they're gonna smoke up actually.
Well,
try to go for a kill.
Yeah, they're trying that, but as mentioned earlier, I mean, Magnus, he's pushing out this bottom lane, but now he's just going to portal key away and then port back to base. So, yeah, the farming capabilities of this Hellborn team have just been really struggling, especially outside of Bushwhack is what it comes back to. You mentioned the smoke ink attempt, so they're going to go for the Veiled Rot here and try to catch somebody. Well, they have another Veiled Rot on Boxy. Malakin is here, and this would be a nice jump for them if they can get that. They're going to go for it, but he pops his ultimate as soon as he jumps in. So he has all that armor now, remember, and he gets out with the sword throw. The Mummy Wall's up, not doing a whole lot, though. Bushwhack is now on the outside, but he gets caught in the Elemental Void, and he, too, is going to fall. I was going to say, if you're ECX, I think a vote to concede is definitely worthy here. They do it. GG, well played. What an impressive performance from BMG there. After that start especially. I mean, that's the biggest thing. When you have Imba Boy and Bushwhack 4-0-0 farming 500+ gold per minute the first 8 minutes into the game, you figure you're going to be in a dangerous spot. But no, they weren't. They made it work. And I do think Iceland Go-Go was a big part of that, honestly, on that Tempest.
Honestly, everybody from BMG played well that game. It's like I don't, and honestly, on top of their Tempest, like their picks, I felt like Glacius did a lot more that game than I expected.
Yeah.
There's like 2-3 fights where he got a big ultimate off. Boxy with insane rotations as well, all the time being on top of his game, setting up kills, getting ganks, and yeah, it's a similar thing to what we saw in Game 2 with Sync vs. Cole. Just there's too much map control. You starve the enemy team, and they get to a point where they get desperate, go for a gank. If it doesn't work, the game's over.
Yeah. And the ECA, I mean, talk about having to really look at things after a game like that and figure out where it would, because